Hello YouTube. Hi guys, my name is Vuta and I am a new plant person, parent, planty, or is it a plunkle? Like a plant uncle, not a plant auntie. So welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I started collecting plants around February before Corona hit and ruined everything. But you know what? That is a blessing in disguise because it actually allowed me to actually stay home and learn to take care of them. So in this video, I kind of wanted to do like a top 5 easy plant sort of list for plant beginners from like a plant beginner's perspective. And honestly, everything in this video is very opinion based. But yeah, honestly, if you're like an experienced plant person, you're probably gonna be judging me. But it's okay because I judge me all the time, so it's nothing new. Actually, I might have 6 types of plants because I just looked at what I grabbed and I obviously cannot count. So this video is going to be a top 6 easy plants for plant beginners. So the first plant on my list is going to be the Spathiphyllum. So this is a Spathiphyllum domino, or a peace lily domino, or domino peace lily. Whatever, same thing. This plant is a very hardy plant. Like, I leave it in the corner, so it's really good if you have like a low light situation going on. And this plant is very, what's the word, vocal, you can say, when it needs attention. Just like a gay boy. Like, honestly, this plant is like a gay twink. You can leave it alone, but once it needs attention, it'll freaking be dramatic AF. When this plant needs water, it will droop down and look like it's dying and just be dramatic. But what you can do is basically just bottom water it. And I hate myself. Yeah, just bottom water it and it'll perk right back up within like 20 minutes. Very easy plant, very easy going, super hardy and great if you have a low light situation going on. So yeah, so this right here is my Scindapsus Pictus. And honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrong. This plant is the Scindapsus Pictus Argyraeus. This one is one of my favorite ones. It's a trailing plant, so it's really great if you have a hanging, like have it on a hanging basket, and basically just not tape this, but basically like use a command hook and hang it on the wall. So yeah, if you don't want to get a Pothos because you think they're boring, even though they're not, definitely try to get a Scindapsus Pictus. The silver variegation on it is very stunning. And same thing, this plant will tell you when it needs water when the leaves start to kind of curl, kind of like this. So I'm probably gonna have to water this one once I'm done with this video. But yeah, super beautiful plant. Great for low light as well too, but if you give it high light like I've been giving it, you'll get what you give, basically. But yeah, super beautiful plant. Great for that jungle vibe because of these vines right here, and this one is pretty fast growing as well too. So definitely invest, or is it invest? No, definitely invest in one of these plants, honestly, and you can do either 3 variations or varieties, and you'll be happy with it. Like, I love this plant a lot. So yeah, Scindapsus Pictus. So the next plant that I'm going to show you is the Syngonium Syngonium Podophyllum. This plant is such an easy plant to take care of. Like, I have it in different corners of my room. Like, I have one against like this wall, and that wall, and this one is actually living in the corner with my Spathiphyllum. And it is thriving, you guys. Honestly, like, this plant does well in different lighting situations, which is great if you don't have great lighting. And it also has a really, like, unique growth pattern. Like, it'll grow bushy like this, but it'll also start vining later on too once it grows, which I think is beautiful. And the really cool thing about this plant is that it comes in multiple colors, so that's why it's one of my favorite. This one is the pink Syngonium oh my god, why do you keep saying pedophile? Oh my god, how do I even say the name of the freaking plant? Podophyllum. Okay. This is a pink Syngonium Podophyllum, and this is the Maria Illusion Syngonium. So this one has a lot of like purple and burgundy to it, and I know the lighting is kind of bad, but like this leaf right here is more of like a deep burgundy. So as you can see, this plant comes in a variety of colors, which is really great because it just helps your room not look so like one-dimensional, I guess, when it comes to plants. But like I said, I have all three of these plants living in 3 different parts of my room, and they're all thriving. And honestly, like, this one has 1, 2, 3 new growth leaves. Growth leaves? No, just growth. No, leaves. Foliage. They grow in every single situation that you put them in, so it's not like you're going to be limited if you have really bad lighting or anything. These plants are very like easy to take care of, low light. I water it maybe once every 10 days. But that's because I have them in a terracotta pot. So if you have them in a nursery pot or something, make sure you pay attention to the soil, moisture level of the soil. So yeah, I mean, really easy plant. I feel like I've been talking about this plant for too freaking long, so I'm gonna move on. So the 4th plant on this list is going to be one of my most favorite plants. And this is the Rhaphidophora Tetrasperma, also known as the mini Monstera, but like I'm pretty sure you've heard like they're not considered a Monstera, they're their own family of plants. One of the things that I love the most about this plant is the foliage. Like, they just have really great leaves, and this plant grows like a freaking beast. Honestly, I think I had this one right here, the smaller stem. I bought this one maybe 2.5 months ago. 2.5 months ago, was it? Let's just say 3 months. So I bought this one 3 months ago, and it already shot maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to say 6 new leaves in 3 months. So that's like every 2 weeks it'll shoot out a new leaf, which, if you think about it, is pretty freaking fast. Doesn't need that much attention either, which is really great because sometimes I don't have the time to take care of all my plants because I am busy or lazy, whichever you feel is appropriate. I feel like this plant is such an easy plant to take care of if you can get a hold of it. They're not as needy as any other plant that I have. Like I said, sometimes I'm just really lazy, so I don't just bother with my plants. So this one is very forgiving. And it just has a really great foliage, especially if you're going for like that jungle vibe. You can just stick this on a moss pole, stick it by a window, and just enjoy the beauty of the plant. Yeah, Rhaphidophora Tetrasperma, one of my favorites. And oh, so here's the thing. Technically I have 2 of these. So I have this one growing on a moss pole, and I also have another one, and that one is extremely bushy, so let me just show you that really fast. If you don't put it on a moss pole, I suggest putting it like just grabbing a bunch of them and putting them all together and making it super full and bushy like this one. This plant grows like a freaking beast because look at all of the new growth points that it already has. And look how like long the vines are growing. So I really like it like this too, where I just put them all together in one pot and make it grow super bushy and just let it do its own thing. Because look how amazing this freaking looks, you guys. Like, it's crazy. It's beautiful. It's easy breezy cover girl. No. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to stop. I'm being stupid. The fifth plant on this list is going to be the string of hearts, or the Ceropegia woodii. So this plant, I feel like, looks really great because look at the growth on this right here. And honestly, I have this in front of a window, so who needs curtains when you have these vines, right? Right? But yeah, so this plant is such an easy plant to take care of because all you need to do are two things. Leave it alone and admire it from afar. Like a hot girl. Like, this plant is literally the hot girl of all plants. Like, look at this. Guys, this plant is like that hot girl in the club that you are just like captivated by. She's got inches. She's like fun, flirty, and thriving. And all you can do is just stare at it from afar and not be a creep and don't bother her. Literally, that is how you take care of this plant. You don't bother it. Don't overwater it. I water this maybe once every month. And it's in a terracotta pot, so I don't water it that often. Had some people tell me that their string of hearts is like dying because they're overwatering it. And like I said, I stare at this girl from afar. I don't even bother her. I know I'm all over the place with this video, but yeah, bear with me. Bear with me, guys. But this plant is such a beautiful plant. Just give it a lot of light. Like I said, I have this in front of an eastern window, and I water it maybe once a month. I don't, like, it's okay if you let this plant dry out. It's technically, like, I guess, a succulent or whatever. So it doesn't need that much water because the leaves actually retain a lot of water. And you'll know when you need a water when the leaves are like super soft. Like, I think this one needs some water now. I haven't watered, I don't even know when I last watered this plant. And it has done a lot for me. Like, the less you give it, the more it'll give you. I love this plant. Like, I love this plant. So the final plant that I have on this list, I feel like it's a staple plant that everybody should have. And I don't care if I look basic putting this plant on my list. I feel like it's just a great plant to have. So it is this big boy over here, the Monstera Deliciosa. It doesn't need that much, honestly. Like, I don't really pay attention too much to this plant because it does well even if you like leave it alone. I only water it maybe once every week and a half or every 10 days depending. I have this one in a south window and I also have it on an eastern window, and it does well either way. So I feel like depending on your lighting situation, even if you have low light, it'll be fine. You just won't get the same kind of fenestrations that I have on these plants. What else can I say about this plant? It's such a beautiful plant. Like, I know it just looks very basic because the foliage is like everywhere, but there's just something about this plant that like just captivates me. And I'm so happy because my plant finally has leaves or new growth with the second set of fenestrations. Like, this plant makes me super excited. Like, every time I go to a nursery, I always look at the Monsteras, even though I have one, just because of how beautiful the foliage is. And like I said, this plant does well in every single lighting situation that you can give it. And I feel like you can underwater this plant and it'll be fine. Like, it won't die per se, but it'll be okay if you forget to water it. And this plant just, it takes up a lot of space, I'm not gonna lie, like, especially if you have it the way I do. So you can put like a single kind of vine, I guess, on a moss bowl and just leave it alone, because I've seen people do it like that. But I like that bushy look, so I am willing to sacrifice space for the beauty of this plant. No, Swiss cheese philodendron, Monstera deliciosa, whatever you call it, it's a must-have. Like, you need, if you don't have a Monstera deliciosa, you need to stop watching this video and go get your ass up and go get one, because you will not regret it. Like, I don't know anyone who hates Monstera. Like, come on. It's like that popular girl at school that everybody just wants to love and be friends with. So, pick one up. Okay, so yeah, that was my little list. Hopefully it made sense. I feel like I rambled on too much, and I'm so sorry if I was all over the place. I'm still getting used to filming myself. So I don't know. It's okay. It's okay if you're judging me, and it's okay if this video is just like the worst video ever, but you know what? It's okay, because I agree. I agree with you. If I agree with you, there's no way you can hurt my feelings. So, but yeah, so hopefully you guys liked this video. Hopefully it was very helpful if you're a new plant person, plant, gunkle, I don't know. But yeah, I really hope this video was helpful for you in choosing certain plants, because I feel like plants are just such a great therapeutic way to take care of your mental health. Because let's face it, we're not taking care of our mental health, so might as well take care of this plant, you know? That's just me. I feel like that's just me, but whatever. You know what? It's okay. Bye.